Hey y'all, welcome back to You Had Me at Black. It's Martina.
And I'm Brittany. And the show is officially 10 years old.
Ba, 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 ba.
Snap. Thank you so much for being a part of this beautiful, beautiful 10-year journey.
Yes.
Thank you to all of our brave storytellers who have trusted us with their words and their memories.
And thank you to all of y'all who have received them and loved them and held them the way they deserve to be cherished all of these years.
Yes, we started this countdown with one of the first stories to ever air on our pod, Lit as a Feather. We traveled to the mountains of Peru, snuck into the zoo, witnessed memorable moments in history, went dumpster diving with Mom, escaped a sketchy housing situation,
Sure did,
learned to prepare for the best, not the worst, reconciled with our family's past, and found self-love.
Yes, we did. And this birthday marks a new beginning for You Had Me at Black. We are creating something, y'all, where we never have to shrink or perform. Where independent media belongs to us and benefits us. And where our stories are celebrated and preserved for those who will come after us.
And the only way we can make this happen is together.
Yes.
The doors to the Patron Circle are now open. If you want to see this future come to life, come through.
Come through, come through, come through.
You'll get to hear new stories before anyone else, buy kickback tickets before anyone else, and chat with Martina.
That's me.
About these stories every month.
Yes, head to youhadmeatblack.com to join the Patron Circle.
Period.
Alrighty, let's close out this countdown. I cannot believe that we are at our 10th story. This is very bittersweet because this has been such a joy and a pleasure for me.
But we're closing it out with a bang.
We are, and this last story is Date at the Museum. It comes from Carl, who shared this story about taking a shot at love at one of our virtual kickbacks during COVID. After listening, stick around because Carl chimes in to share what this story means to him all these years later, and we share one last message for all of you to close out the celebration. Here's what happened.
I guess, black girl magic and all that good shit. I am definitely a motherfucking mermaid.
I took my shirt off. I was like, oh yeah, this cool. But they start taking everything off. I was like, niggas don't skinny dip.
Black women are healers and nobody can tell me any different.
You're listening to You Had Me at Black.
Y'all know there's like two different types of being single. There's like the I'm single, I want to be in a relationship, I want to meet somebody. And then there's like the don't mess with my peace single. Like I'm good, I'm alone, I'm in my self-care. Like I was on the latter half. Like I was good, yoga, meditation. I had done like 230 straight days on the Bible app. Like I was good. I was home alone on a Friday night watching Hitch. And my boy hits me and he's like, hey, I got somebody who wants to meet you. And everything I'm thinking in my head, like, no, like, Carl, you're good. Like, you don't need anybody right now. You're on your self-care tip. You're good, So of course I hit him back. Like, what's her IG? I might as well see, So he shoots me her IG and I just, look at the first picture. And when I say she is so beautiful, like I start to question my boy in my head, like what picture of me did you show her to think that this would actually, be a thing? So, I think about it in my head. I say, you know what? Let me just go ahead and shoot my shot. All right. So, that first text you got to send somebody, you only got one shot, right? It got to be smooth. You got to say something like witty and funny, and it got to be like the perfect first text. And to describe me, I am somewhere between Russell Wilson and Steve Urkel. That's how awkward I am. So it was hard. So the text I came up with was, "Hi, my name is Carl." So that's what I sent, and she sent me back, "Hi, her name," and I was like, "Okay, word." So we just start texting about just like random stuff, and we get into the like movies, and again, like I want to say something smooth. I want to say, she asked me like, "What's your favorite movie?" I want to say Bad Boys, Juice, Belly, like something, right? To be 100% completely honest, my favorite movie is Devil Wears Prada. It is an amazing movie. Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway. That's a fantastic movie. I don't care who you are. You have seen Devil Wears Prada at least once. So I'm saying I have to be my authentic self. I'm talking to God. Like if it doesn't work, I at least want to know that like I was myself the whole way out. And granted, this is day one. I'm having all these conversations with myself on day one. So, I just say, hey, look, my favorite movie, it's a little weird, is Devil Wears Prada. And like when you're texting through iPhone, you get those 3 dots and it's like the most anxiety that you've ever had in your life. I'm like, well, this is about to be it, about to get left on red, something. And she shoots back to me, "Oh, my favorite movie is Devil Wears Prada." I'm like, okay. So we're just like texting, vibing. I fall asleep. Wake up the next morning. I'm off with my friends. We go to Philadelphia. It's the Roots picnic that day. So we all go to Roots picnic. And when you're at a festival, a concert, it's kind of hard to text throughout that. So me and the girl, we didn't text a lot that day. But I was talking to my friends a lot about her. I was like, "Yo, I just met somebody. It's only been like 8 hours, but like she's different. I can't really explain it, but like I really want to talk to her." So my friends are kind of convincing me, "Yo, just call her. I was like, I literally met her like a day ago, but like, like let me call her. And then we kind of playing a little bit. All right, what time should I call her? Like, should I call her like 7:30, like post dinner, maybe like 8 o'clock? Maybe she got a bedtime. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna call her like at 8:16. All right, that's perfect. Okay. So the next day comes, Sunday, and I call her. And we had like a really good, like genuine conversation. And, when I go to bed that night, I say, "God, like, if this is supposed to be something, let it be true." 50 hours I've known this person. But something just feels like different in my bones. So I go to work the next morning. I'm a school psychologist. I evaluate children who may have learning disabilities. That day, I didn't evaluate anybody. This girl was on my mind. I hit my coworkers. My coworkers were like a little family. You're working with kids. Your coworkers are like a family. And I'm saying like, y'all, like I met this girl. Like I got to take her out on a date. Like I got to see her in person. Like she is so beautiful. Like I don't get it. Our conversations are like amazing. Like I legit want to plan my last first date. Like, how can we do this? And they're like, we have kids upstairs that we need to see. And I'm like, look, y'all, the kids can wait right now. Okay. The kids can wait. So we spent about 6 hours planning this date. We looked at different areas in Baltimore, looked at different areas in Washington, D.C., different areas in Virginia. And, when we were talking on the phone, I noticed that she likes to read a lot. And she loves museums, and I know how to read. Okay. So I'm running with that. And there is a news-based museum in DC called the Newseum. And also there was like a Shakespeare play in Baltimore. So after about 3 hours of deliberation, right, me and my friends came down to these two potential dates. All right. And then we had like a little pro-con list. All right, so if we go to DC, that means we can go to this restaurant, this and that. If we go to Baltimore, we can go to this restaurant. So one of my homegirls was like, "Hey, how about you give her the option of both and then see what she wants from there?" I was like, "Hey, yo, that's you said something right now." All right, so mind you that now this is Monday. So I'm texting her all day Monday. Tuesday comes, I want to call her on Tuesday, but it's like the whole like pressure, like, oh, I don't want to sound thirsty. I don't even know what thirsty is. Like I don't know what it is. So I just, the nerves get me. I don't call her Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm like, all right, look, I'm like, I have to call her on Wednesday. So I call her on Wednesday. Again, we have a good conversation. But when it comes time to ask her out, I get, again, like Russell Wilson and Steve Urkel, I'm very awkward. So I just say something like, hey, would you like to accompany me to a situation? And I was like, I have a place in Baltimore. It's a Shakespeare Company play. Also, I know you like books. There's this museum in DC. So awkward. It was like me asking her out on the date took like 3 minutes just for me to get the question out. So she says, hey, yeah, I would love to go. I want to go to the museum. I was like, okay, thank you. I think I said thank you at the end, which again sounds so weird. So hung up that night, and they after like you have a really good interview for a job, you hang up, you get a little dance in your room. I was really rocking, doing all this and that. I was like, okay, we good. So I hit my boys. I was like, all right, y'all. She said, yeah. So what we got to do is we got to plan my outfit next. Okay. So I got these J's with these shoes. I got this fit, this and that. And I had these like purple limited edition New Balances. I was like, all right, we're going to go with this. Okay. I got this purple shirt and I got a jean jacket because I figured the museum, it may be a little cold. So she may have to wear the jacket. See, I'm thinking about everything. Like me and my friends, we're like the LA Lakers right now. We are a well-oiled machine. All right. We're hitting all points. And I was like, all right, we decided to go around 1:00 around the afternoon. So I live about 36 minutes from DC. 1:00, that means there might be a little bit of traffic. So I should probably leave about 57 minutes to get there. Got to make sure I get there in time. So I got there about 15 minutes early and she was like 35 minutes late. Right. And then she's like, oh, sorry, I'm late, this and that. And of course, like I've been here for a while, but of course it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. And when she like first walked in, my adrenaline, my body got warm, all the anxiety flowed through. Again, I want to do something smooth, but I give her this, those awkward church hugs you give your aunt that you haven't seen in a while. Like that's what it was. And next thing I know, we're off on the first date. And how the museum is set up, there's like 6 floors, right? And you kind of like, it's like a maze. You work your way through each floor, you get to the top. So on the first floor, first exhibit, I've been to a couple of museums before. People usually they'll look at a little exhibit and they'll walk their way through this and that. Now this girl, she's just smart. She's very, very smart. We get to the first exhibit and she's literally reading every single thing. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to piece some of these words together. Okay. Berlin Wall. Okay. And like the conversation is just, it's not like it was on the phone. I just get so nervous. And then by the second floor, third floor, I get a little bit more comfortable. We're talking about the civil rights movement, things like that. By the time we get to the fourth floor, it's like the Barack Obama, presidential floor. Like I'm telling my jokes now. I'm good. I got to get in with the humor. Telling my jokes now. Like I'm good. We get to the fifth floor. It's like our conversations are just aligning. We figure out that she works very close to where my parents live, and we've possibly ran into each other like a Target. Didn't even know that we were around each other. We find out that we've been in the same events at the same time, the same weddings, the same birthdays at the same time, and never even said anything to each other. This girl has been a mile within my vicinity for years, and I've never came past her. And by the time I get to the sixth floor, I've already planned our life out. We are having the best time in the world. And then, as we get to the end, and then I slide in, hey, you want to get something to eat? There's an Italian place across the street, this and that. Mind you, 6 days before I even asked her, I looked at the Italian place and made sure there was beef options, chicken options, vegan options, vegetarian. I damn near called the chef just to make sure that everything would be good to go. So we go to the restaurant. We have a good time, and I'm still a little nervous, but something in my body is telling me this could actually work, this could actually work out. And then I walk her back to her car, and like I'm like at this point like a little kid, asking somebody out on their first date. And I'm like, I had a great time, maybe, I could escort you again to another endeavor if that's something that you may like kind of want to do. That's again, Steve Urkel, like very awkward. And then she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, word. So after that, get in the car, mission accomplished. I call my boys, call the homegirls, like, y'all, we did it. We won the championship. We good. Then after that, me and the girl, we went on another date and another date. And now she's been my girlfriend for almost 3 years. And I say this story because whatever you do in life, whether it is a relationship, whether it's a job interview, whether it is you want to go into home ownership, do it with incredible intention. Be intentional about the things you want in life, the passion that you have in life. You have a goal, you have a dream, you have to map it out. Once you map it out, there is nothing in this world that will stop you. That's my story.
Hi, my name is Carl. I love that. But the music is so good. It's like, you gotta think of the perfect tense. I gotta be smooth. Hi, my name is Carl.
Oh my gosh. It was like, it felt like a sitcom.
It did. Shout out to the sound design.
Yes, Terrell Brooke really put his foot in that sound design. Yes.
I had me cracking up. The sound effects were so good.
I know. They were perfect. And it was funny because we recorded this story to air our virtual kickback. And so it's one of those ones where we were going for that audience engagement. We were all virtual, trying to kind of recreate our kickback feel over our computers and stuff. But I feel like the sound design really helped to
elevate it.
Yeah, elevate it and bring those moments that the audience really, really connected with and picked up. So it was fun listening and hearing that again.
I definitely think this is one of our more cinematic stories.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I love this story because I wouldn't say I'm a helpless romantic.
I am.
Or that I'm even a really big lover girl, but I do love effort. I love lovers. Yes. I love courting. When he's like, we are the LA Lakers, a well-oiled machine. It tickles me every time. I'm like, yes, Carl.
Yes, Carl. With the effort.
Do the damn thing. Do it, I love the friend group in the background with the assist.
Yeah.
And I love hearing him work through his nerves because obviously we all experience them. And, we're all nervous. We're all a little insecure. We're all a little unsure. And dating conversations, I think, kind of strip that reality and the humanity from everyone involved around dating is fucking scary. Yes. Putting yourself out there is fucking scary. Yes. And it's so beautiful to see that he did that and how it turned out. And long live Black love.
Yeah. I love hearing a successful meet cute. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh, I wasn't looking for love, but then this person just dropped in my lap, and now we're married.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It gives us single people hope.
It's possible. Listen, love is out there.
Yes.
Love is out there. So
I feel like just listening to this story, you just can't help but have your hands underneath your chin and you're just smiling and kicking your feet the whole time. You're like,
yes, you're laying so on your stomach on your bed and you're just
I love love.
Yes. So shout out to Carl for giving all of us hope that there's love out there. Black love is real. It's possible.
Black love is real. Amen.
Yes. For the lovers, for the skeptics, it's there. It's out there.
I think this is a perfect time to go to Carl, who can add on to how love is really out there with this wonderful update
on the status of their relationship.
Yay! Let's go.
Yes, let's pass it to Carl right now.
Hey, it's Carl, the guy who cleared out his day and forced his friends to help him plan his first, second, and third date. Look, every fairy tale doesn't end with the prince running off with the princess, and that's okay. However, In this fairy tale, my princess is currently in our living room watching Harry Potter. Martina and I got married almost 3 years ago. She got an amazing job opportunity and we moved to Chicago. I'm still a school psychologist. I went from working in Southeast DC to Southside Chicago, and I love every second of it. If I could tell the date at the museum, Carl, one thing, I'd have to reference my therapist. She says, yes, you're a little awkward, you're a little shy, you're slightly too moral, but the second you think you should change yourself, remember, you got this far in your life from being the exact thing that you're trying to run away from. You're searching for something you already have. Embrace it. Thanks. I'm Carl.
This story aired in February of 2021 as part of our last season before a very long hiatus. By that time, I was completely lost and defeated. I didn't know how to keep You Had Me at Black going. Sponsors told us that our audience wasn't big enough. Networks thought we were too Black for their advertisers. I was exhausted and really honestly just ready to throw in the towel and close up shop. Like, yes, we had created something special, but it felt like there was no way forward. It just truly felt impossible. But every time I sat down to write my final goodbye to y'all, something stopped me. So I put it on ice. And eventually, I started looking into other ways of doing this. Ways that prioritize serving our audience versus selling it, and that prioritize collective ownership and our collective benefit. That exploration brought me back to You Had Me at Black. It opened my eyes to new possibilities, and eventually I began writing and sharing those possibilities with you all over on Substack. That was the start of this rebuild. Our 10th birthday, we are moving into the next chapter. Later this year, a new season of You Had Me at Black will drop, and the Patron Circle makes that possible. To bring the show back, to bring the kickbacks back, and to build towards the future that I've been sharing over the last 10 weeks and beyond, our financial goal is $500,000. Yes, that sounds like a lot. And I know right now we are being pushed out of work, our voting rights are being rolled back, ICE is terrorizing our communities, and we are fighting on every front. So I'm asking, how much is this worth to you? A space where you don't have to shrink or perform, where your stories are told with truth and love, where you help to build something that belongs to us. If 2,000 people say it's worth $20 a month, we make our goal. This is possible. It is doable. We can sustain things we love. We can build things that last. The doors to the Patron Circle are open. Head to youhadmeatblack.com and join today. Until next time, peace.
This special Rewind episode was written and produced by Martina Abrahams Ilunga and me, Brittany Abrahams. We created You Had Me at Black, and Martina is also our executive producer. Date at the Museum was produced by me. Claire Wiley helped put it together, and Terrell Brooke made it sound good. Special thanks to Carl for sharing his story and reflection.